That's the opening. Thanks for joining us. This is Chaotic Neutral. I'm Caleb. He's Taylor.
I'm Taylor.
I didn't know if you still haven't figured that part out.
No.
I don't know when this will drop, but in real time we hit 20 subscribers. So that's fun. Today we are talking about Jaws. I just watched it for the first time today.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of fresh thoughts.
Very fresh.
But this is kind of would you say one of your favorite movies?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite. This goes back a ways for me.
I definitely want you to have we always start with a question.
So
I want you to pick this question.
Okay. My turn. Did they need a bigger boat?
Yes, they need the goddamn Coast Guard. Why would you not tell the Coast Guard? I do.
Well, the sheriff's right there, right? I mean, the chief of police.
The sheriff's right there. The chief tries to get the Coast Guard out there, and Quint breaks the radio. What are you doing?
He wants the money, remember?
Well, yeah.
He wants the money.
Well, I guess.
If the Coast Guard has to come
the
out.
money doesn't mean anything if you die.
Well,
Which,
yeah.
so, but your answer, do they need a bigger boat?
No, it worked out. Clearly. No, they just needed a captain without a very particular kind of grudge. I understand why he has the grudge. But yeah, no, they just needed somebody who wasn't insane.
Does he have, well, obviously though, so,
Certifiable.
yes, definitely certifiable. But does Quentin not let it go because the shark starts to outsmart him? Is that though? Because that's what I started to notice. I was like, he only started making mistakes once he was like, the shark went under the boat. What is this guy doing? This is not normal. Sharks do not do this.
Yeah.
And he just starts like panicking.
Yeah, so immediately, okay, we're skipping right to the end of the movie, but we'll go back.
Yeah.
Like, Quint on the boat is in charge. Like, you got the chief of police of the island there, which doesn't matter. You have a lead scientist that got called in by Brody.
Mm-hmm.
Quint, it's his ship, it's his command.
The Orca,
which is great, which is awesome.
Fun.
I think that's a reference to another horror movie as well.
I didn't know about that. I took it as don't orcas hunt sharks?
Orcas are great. Yeah, they typically hunt.
I think so.
They can hunt sharks and other things. They're arguably more dangerous.
Yeah, I have a lot of puzzles. Again,
Killer whales.
This is the 50th anniversary of this movie.
Yeah, recently. Yeah.
This year, it was released in 1975. I just watched it today for the first time, so never took it in. I have a lot of positive things to say about this movie.
I would hope.
A ton. Spielberg doing Spielberg things. I'm always a giant fan. But I have to say, this is a 2-hour movie.
Mm-hmm.
Almost exactly 2 and some change. I thoroughly enjoyed an hour and 55 of it.
Whoa, what?
The last 5 minutes of the movie,
Everything is happening?
where it's like, it builds the entire movie. The entire movie builds up, and then from the time Hooper goes in the cage, because it's still building, Hooper gets busted out of the cage and runs away.
Yeah.
The shark gets up on the boat and eats Quint, and you're like, all right, well, I guess he should get eaten.
And that happens relatively fast, too.
It's like the last 5 minutes. It might not even be the last 5 minutes. That happens. Quint gets eaten. The shark gets blown up. Movie ends. Just done. And I was like, all right, kind of felt a little bit like you didn't know how to end it.
Well, it was an explosive end date.
It was explosive. It just felt very rushed to me. Again, an hour and 55, I thought the pacing, beautiful suspense. Spielberg does that thing where he lets each shot take its time. And it is a little weird to me that the ending does not take its time at all.
You don't think the ending doesn't take its time with them paddling away, and then we cut to the credits and it's all on that beach? You actually, if you watch the credits in the movie, they actually make it to shore.
All right, that's not a part of it. That is funny.
It's fun.
It is funny, but no, let's not like staying in the moment. When they Hooper comes up and Brody's like, oh, he's alive still, thank God. And they're just sitting there laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Quentin got brutally, and there's like Quentin, he's like, nah.
Well,
Just move the fuck off. Okay, it's not the worst ending I've ever seen. I don't know how I would have ended it, but it was a bit fast.
That was gonna be my
Again, if that 5 minutes turns into 10 minutes, I think maybe I don't have that grudge as much. It was very, very quick, and also they blew up the shark. They did need a bigger boat. They could have blown the shark up maybe a lot sooner. They maybe could have not lost the orca in the process.
maybe.
You can put the blame solely on Quint.
Yeah, Quint's actions definitely lead to like them getting stranded out there and the ship going down.
You were going to shore. I don't know why he blew the boat up. I mean, he did by over revving it. He blows the boat up.
So to strand them out there, so they have to fight the shark.
Crazy man.
Well,
certifiable.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I don't have a problem with that at all. But
Purely by the greed and the let's call it professional pride, because you see his shack that he's living and working out of,
all the sharks,
which is such a cool environment.
I love the aesthetics of it, and I love how Hooper, his face lights up when he gets in there because he's thinking of all the specimens. He's like, how much knowledge is in this thing that I could study. I did love that. Before we move to the beginning of the movie and stick at the end just for one second.
Sure.
If you were Brody, do you fucking shoot Quint?
No,
I don't know.
no.
Why? Like when he starts going crazy.
Well, that's the lovely part of the movie. It's almost, and this has got to be a Spielberg thing in the actors. There's a lovely part of the movie, like even during these tense situations, there's moments of like kind of funny levity. So Quint comes in and smashes the thing with like a billy club or baseball bat, and Brody like is just scared. He thinks he's getting attacked, and he turns around, sees what he does, and starts screaming his head off at Quint. And Quint's just like, yeah. I hear what you're saying. I don't really give a shit. I love that. I think that adds that's so much character to both of them in that moment. And then Hooper comes in saying the shark's back. I think that's great. No, you don't. Well, you don't shoot him just because he didn't attack anybody. And the best part about that scene, Quint hands him the bat.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chief. It's very clear why he's doing all the things that he's doing. It's just scaring the shit. Well, it's scaring the shit out of Brody because he has a fear of drowning.
Yeah. Which I love that they don't elaborate on. They don't. They give you just what they need.
Yeah.
He had an incident as a child. Doesn't like the water. And you gain that character knowledge and you move on from needing the reason why.
Yeah. We get a perfect characterization in that same scene where he talks about him drowning. Brody's wife talks about that they're having dinner after they catch that tiger shark, right?
Yeah.
And Brody gets slapped by Mrs. Kidler.
Yeah.
So he's really depressed. I want to say I love that scene.
That scene is amazing.
It's so endearing.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
quiet.
Yeah. So now that we're moving on from the end, that's the only like negative thing I have to say about the movie. The rest of it is just
You like the ending. It was a little too quick.
it was in my opinion very quick for the pacing that the rest of the movie had.
Hell, if that's your worst take on
Yeah, yeah.
and I mean,
Again,
that's pretty good.
98% of the movie, I was just like watching Spielberg do his thing. Well, I'm a big Spielberg fan. That scene in particular was one where it's literally so awkward, and you see his wife and Hooper try to break the awkwardness, and so they're having this banter back and forth, and so you're like looking from them to them, and they're just kind of like laughing through their lines. But then he's just sitting there. It's like he's not gonna say a word. Oh, it's just
He's depressed. He's a little tipsy.
it's just a beautiful framing, beautiful direction.
Yeah. The music, John Williams.
Is there a better duo in cinema than Steven Spielberg and John Williams?
Do you just? I don't know.
Bro, it's anytime they are connecting on a
Yeah, no. It usually makes magic.
it
Certainly,
it is.
yeah. And they work together on a lot of their stuff too.
Yeah. E.T. obviously Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
And then Star Wars too. I mean, not Spielberg necessarily, but he was around. He's around.
Definitely influencing. Yeah, as soon as I turned the movie on, And you know the Jaws theme is iconic,
And it
almost supersedes. Yeah, it does. It does almost supersedes Jaws as a movie. It's just in the zeitgeist. And I didn't really think that John Williams did it. And so the credits boot up and immediately it's John Williams' Jaws theme starts playing because I have the captions on. And I was just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a ride. This is gonna be fun.
Let's go through the movie real quick because the chain of events is very, very simple.
Yeah, fuck that mayor, man.
Wow, the mayor. We'll get what it is. So it's I think the movie does a really good job in just setting up and making it leaves you with every attack leaves you with like lingering fear. I think the very beginning of the movie where the girl runs down the beach and Skinny dips out to that buoy and you get the attack and she's just they built a machine she was strapped to like shake her through the water and everything. Her screaming, she's doing such a fantastic job of making it so desperate and so scared. Then she just gets pulled under that last time and you're left with the really haunting waves.
Yeah, it's just a buoy ding ding. Yeah.
It's terrifying in a completely different way because it's such a depiction of violence that you don't really see. You see half of it.
Yeah.
You see our world's perspective on.
Well, it does. It's a tentpole movie, right? So it does things that movies try to copy for the rest of time. Like it solidifies monster movie elements that are just so universal. Like, yeah, don't show the monster until the end, and the monster is a shark, which is just funny.
Yeah,
but it's like give us a hint of what's happening, but don't show us. Like, have a scene that's basically in pitch black darkness. She's just screaming, I'm panicking. Like, oh,
there's a lot of that of not showing the shark is born out of production problems where the shark just isn't working. The shark just does not work. All the different types of machines that they built for the shark didn't work. Just most of the time for the outgoing shooting. So Spielberg had the idea of taking the camera and using the underwater footage to represent the shark, because you can't show the shark because it's not moving and it doesn't. Let's be honest. I mean, I watched it in HD just now. I'm like, no, it's not super convincing. Back in the day, yeah.
Back in the day, it must have. I wish I could have watched it in 1975. Yeah, well, because that scene where he's shoveling chum out and the thing pops up and he just shoots up like a board. That's kind of funny as hell. Like,
It's really funny, but it's also like
it must have been terrifying back then.
Yeah.
But it's like, obviously that's not a real shark. My favorite parts of the movie were when they were showing real sharks. Because near the end, all the cage scenes, there's a real shark in those shots.
doing death rolls.
Oh my!
Top of the cage, bringing
blowing it up.
Yeah,
He's swimming away, and you can
real
see
photography is cool.
It's just that's a real shark, and yeah, I don't think the movie wouldn't be better if the movie wouldn't be better if it was a CGI shark. 100%.
No,
the animatronic is better than I think you could have shown it maybe a little less. I
think how little we get it throughout the entirety of the movie to have it be at the end. I think it's like, all right, no more games. It's out in the open.
Yeah.
We're fighting this thing. I think it's earned.
Inherently, that's kind of my problem with monster movies in general, is because to do them correctly, that's what you do. You don't show the monster. As long as you don't show the monster, the human mind is making it scary.
Or you obscure it so heavily.
Yeah.
Alien.
And so as soon as you show the damn thing, there's just some immersion that gets lost.
Right.
Inherently, there's nothing you can do about it. I think they do it well because they show real sharks too, so your brain is still getting engaged. But there's no real way around that. I do like that it's a monster movie, but it's an animal. It's not like there's nothing mystical about the shark. He's just big and an asshole.
He's big and he's intelligent and he's malicious.
Yeah.
Like, that's super scary. It is scary because, like, you can tell, like, he is, like, thinking and, like, working against, like, a master shark catcher chief of police and like it's just an enemy. Like, how do you fight this thing? Like, it's from a different world entirely.
Yeah.
How do you fight this thing? And the answer is you can't. You have to go and fight it on its terms, and it is the king of the ocean.
Yeah, that was the question I was left asking of why didn't you gear up more? Like they have one bolt action rifle, and I'm like, oh, why don't you call the Coast Guard
we have like a weird
immediately?
a single shot.
Yeah, dude,
And,
get a bunch of
and the Model 15 Smith & Wesson that Brody has.
it loves to, which again, cool. It's cool, very
fun.
cool. But the thing gets up close to you constantly. Bop! Just every time it comes up to you, yeah, you'll take chunks out of so that was something that slightly took me out of the movie. But they weren't making, again, how do you fight a shark? Right? So
You shouldn't have to.
you get the fisherman who catches sharks and you go out there.
You pay his money.
You shouldn't have to. That's perfect. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to figure out how to shoot a shark.
So,
I think more people should have died.
well, it's a funny story that you say that. The attacks in the movie, here's a fun fact, and I have a few of them. Fun fact, which actually isn't so fun most of the time.
I mean, I'll find it fun.
It's interesting, for the very least. The attacks in the movie are meant to mirror. There's a line when they're on the beach. This is after later in the movie. Hooper. It's after Brody and Hooper cut open the tiger shark. Also, the tiger shark clearly isn't real, but it does look really good when it's hung up. That looks really good.
It's really good to make a prop look real when it's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the moment there's life in an object that your brain starts to
When things look,
figure stuff out.
and especially like a fish like that, when it's dead, it's like you could get away with a lot more.
Yeah, I bought it. I didn't.
Yeah, no.
I wasn't even thinking about if it was real or not. I was just like, oh yeah, there's a shark. What are they doing with the shark? They just moved on.
After they cut open the tiger shark and they go out on the boat out around the island looking for the same area where the girl was attacked, they find Ben Gardner's boat and they find the shark tooth, and it scares Hooper. We go to the scene where they're on the beach next to that big, beautiful Amity billboard, and it's defaced. That seems great to like really go like, okay, Brody is... Hooper and Brody are firmly on one team of like, we got to do something. In the mayor,
What a guy.
what a dude, what a man.
Like I see, this is what Spielberg argument. This is what Spielberg does well. Is everyone's argument makes sense. You can pick sides, but you can't be like that guy's a total fucking idiot. Because I see where he's coming from. He does make some total fucking idiot moves by keeping the beaches open, but he's thinking about the businesses. He's thinking about everyone else, and it's not till his children are on the beach when a shark attacks that he goes, maybe I fucked up.
My kids are out there too.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I'll say my point about that, and then we'll talk about the characters and all. When they're talking about the shark, they're talking on that beach scene. They reference in 1916, the Jersey beach attacks. So in 1916, a shark swam up river and attacked a bunch of swimmers, killed a dog, took a guy's leg off, killed a boater. The victims in the movie are meant to mirror those attacks.
Yeah.
And they call it out by name to be like, we haven't seen anything like this since, kind of thing. And that's really cool. That's like an interesting use of, and that's not the only time this movie does it, taking a point of history and like grounding your movie or your story in relation to it in some way. Yeah. The other one in particular is Quint's story. We'll talk about only USS Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It's just obviously massive. But that's what this movie does so well. Again, I keep saying it's a monster movie because if you put it into a box, that's the kind of movie it is. It follows the monster movie plotline, but it's so grounded in
so much more.
It's so believable. Like it hits the beats. It follows the same kind of laws that a monster movie needs to, but it's a shark at a beach with people. Like, and you just buy into it. There's nothing, again, other than blowing it up. There's nothing really out of realism.
I think in terms of movie language and movie logic, I think they earn the explosion with
Yeah, and they set it up. They set it up. Hey, don't bump these around too much or they'll blow up. I'll be like, all right, check that. Exactly. I was like, that's not gonna. All right. Well, I mean, you're gonna use that, obviously. Of course, it's perfect. So it's like I was waiting for it. So maybe in that respect, blowing them up and then getting the hell out of Dodge was cool. The last thing of the movie. So I again, little fast, but earned. You're 100% right. Totally earned.
Everything in the movie
And still believable because I mean, yeah, there's explosive shit. Like, yeah, if you tell me it's explosive and then it explodes,
yeah.
who am I to judge?
The movie has already gotten you in this far to the ending. It can essentially do whatever it wants.
Yeah.
Unless it jumps the shark. Yeah.
Right. Which, on that note, I don't have any interest to see a sequel. I don't know why there are
You don't want to see Jaws 2 and Jaws 3D and Jaws 4 The Revenge?
Why do these exist? I don't know. I don't know.
I've seen them all.
And
I don't know.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one enough to not watch the sequels. I can already tell that's probably not a good idea.
Just go over it real fast, because no, you don't need to.
No, yeah. Summarize about it.
Jaws 2 is effectively the same movie, and you still get
It is a different shark, right?
It is a different.
Okay,
It's
not like
still
a
a great. No. It's still a great white, but it is a different shark. Roy Scheider reprises his role as Chief Brody in the second movie, and his wife and the mayor and everybody is still back in Amity. But he.
Just have another shark problem.
They just have another shark.
Good thing they know what to do. Blow him up.
Here's the thing. I was going to say, if you're going to watch any of them, to like watch if you just want another movie like Jaws, watch Jaws 2, because it's basically the same movie. His kids are a little older. They're more of a focal point of the movie, and Brody's still there, and he kills the shark again in a worse way, but he essentially holds up an electrical cable, and the shark bites it, and it fries the motherfucker.
Okay.
All right. Jaws 3D.
Oh. Which came out in because I know the second one was 70.
It's got to be in the 80s.
It's like 3D. It's probably good.
It's one of the earlier 3D movies, and it's one of the worst. It's so bad.
Is that the one with like the clearly like CG shark that just kind of like it doesn't swim at all? It just
for you at home,
just pans.
It's effectively that the entire movie, and it's ridiculous. One of Brody's sons grows up to work.
I've seen those, yeah. I've seen VFX artists break down those scenes,
and the shark looks worse too.
Oh yeah,
like if it was Bruce, it would be fine. Like the name of the animatronic for the first movie. If it was that, I'd believe it and be like,
oh, that's fun.
And that's why Nemo is.
So they named him yours. That's super fun. Hello. Well, it's like again, and. Once you show your monster, you have to kill it. That's just how it is. The fact that sequels exist, I'm like, what are you going to do? Not show the shark again? No, now I want to see the shark.
They show the shark more in Jaws 2.
You have to. But you're losing scariness because of that.
You do. And then
like I'm never going to watch them out of principle.
Third movie, you don't have to. It's
how do they kill in the third?
In the third movie, I forget how they kill them, but
these are all different sharks.
These are all different sharks, and the best part about 3 is that they're like in a SeaWorld adjacent like theme park where they capture a shark and bring it in, and it starts wreaking havoc, and it's ridiculous. Now, here's the thing, though. Jaws 4, The Revenge, might be a familial related shark.
Might be. Why do you say might be?
Because the answer, the thing about it is shark died. He's out for revenge. He is out for revenge. Jaws 4 The Revenge stars Martin Brody's wife. Same actress.
Cool.
And one of the kids grown up who different one than we saw in 3. Because the other one gets eaten.
Oh, good.
By that shark.
I'm glad.
And Mrs. Brody moves to the Bahamas or something like that. Yeah, she moves away to the islands, and there's this wonderful scene where she's like looking out the plane, and she can look down at the water. And then we, the audience, see a fin in the water. Michael Caine's in the movie, if anybody cares. It's a great.
Play the shark?
No, he plays the love interest to Mrs. Brody because Martin died.
Oh,
Yeah.
when did he die off screen?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
I don't.
he just didn't want to come back. Did he?
At the moment, I wish I knew, but I don't. I don't know if Roy Scheider was still around or wanted anything to do with Jaws for the Revenge.
Yeah.
Michael Caine's in it. He's actually a really good part of the movie.
Well, it's
He's
Michael
really-
Caine.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of a layup.
He lives, by the way.
Okay, good. I love I love the idea of a shark moving 600 miles an hour underwater.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And
here's the crazy thing. It's either that she goes to the Bahamas or she goes to Hawaii. I'm not sure. Which if it's Hawaii, it's even crazier.
It's even crazier.
Because the shark has to go from New York area.
You think the shark went through the Panama Canal? He's just sitting there waiting for them to drop the water. Shark to get through the next gate and drop again.
He just looks up at the guy going, "Don't fuck with me. I'm out for revenge. I'm Jaws 4." Swims through the fucking canal.
He's got just a 4 painted on him. Oh,
How'd you do that with your fin? Anyway.
I love that he's out for revenge on the wife who had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. It's super strange. The movie is super strange. He attacks a banana boat. I remember that happening too, which is just like, wow, what a bastard. He's gotta go. No, but Jaws 4 is a fun movie to laugh at. 3 is not worth your time. Not even
3 is we have this technology.
if you're really into VFX and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely fun to point and laugh at it.
Yeah. Well, it's like, again, from that perspective, there's only so much I can point and laugh at because they tried it.
Sure.
They went for it, and
I don't think anybody at the time thought it was very good either.
no, but when you see that shitty shark come out of the screen at you for the first time, that's pretty cool. So again, sometimes technological evolution looks very shitty. That's just the nature of things. Like the first Tron,
Yeah.
again, looks shitty now, revolutionary back then.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, if you don't, this isn't a Tron podcast.
No,
But-
but we'll hate that soon.
The way they made that movie, the first one, absolutely insanity.
Yeah.
Like absolute insanity. Like the all of the CGI modeling, they had to basically animate by hand using math. It's so dumb. We'll get into it.
Cool. I'm very interested because I'd love to hear you break down the movie.
Yeah. So who's your favorite character of this movie?
I'm dressed as Quint, but actually, you know what? Funny enough, I really like Hooper. I really like his introduction. I like every scene he's in. I like him talking and like getting like threatened to be meeting up by those guys. It's like, I don't think it's a shark. What do you mean it's not a shark? Put your freaking head in it. It's not this.
I like his line where he's like, "We're just arguing semantics. This isn't enough to get beat up over."
I love that in this movie, how there's a lot of scenes of characters talking over. And if you go back and listen to what they're saying individually, if you tune them in, they're all saying interesting stuff. Like again, it's a Spielberg thing. No dialogue is really pointless.
Yeah.
It's all means something. Every character is doing something. Every action a character does means something.
I had that note as well, where again, it's a Spielberg thing, but it's so he's so good because every shot, like you said, when they're talking over each other, sometimes it's not about the shot itself, what emotion the shot is driving. Sometimes it's just about putting you in the room and letting the room play out.
Yeah.
It's like when the town council first gets together, you have that. If you tune in on any one conversation, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
But the subject of the shot is Brody just looking lost and out of his depth as this room of people is just having chaos. And then we get Quint's introduction right after that.
When she drew that fucking picture on the chalkboard. What a weird guy, man.
Like a perfect introduction of nails on the chalkboard. You think he scribbled it on there like
I like to think he did while everybody was talking, and then he does that to prove his point. Like that is if he drew the picture and then did that, like why else would he use the chalkboard other than to call people to order?
He's just a pragmatic bitch.
But that's why I think he drew the picture.
Yeah,
I love it. I
do that, or his little henchman that we don't really ever see enough of.
You know, he's in another. There's a deleted scene in the movie where we get that character's like name and we get like some more about Quint. It's not really needed. I think it's cool. I think the movie is good as it is. I'm of the opinion now, if a scene is good, I would love an extended version that added good scenes to most films. Obviously, with some, it's definitely not added.
Yeah, I mean, well, that'll probably get deleted.
Well, what about you? What was your favorite? Who was your favorite character?
My favorite character.
And don't say the shark.
I won't say his heart. I actually have to say, like, Hooper's my least favorite character. I kind of wish he got eaten.
Well,
if he gets eaten in the future, yay. But
he gets eaten in the book.
Good. He should have gotten eaten.
Oh, it's more deserved that he gets eaten in the book. But
I think you just can't have Brody get himself out of the ocean because of the fear of water thing. I think that's the only reason they kept Hooper alive.
Yeah.
Because that ending doesn't really work if it's Brody paddling out to shore. Because then you go, he's afraid of water. Why is he doing this? But anyways, my favorite character is Brody.
Yeah.
Again, he's the protagonist.
It's great.
I love the development that Quint has. I love the backstory we get, the motivations. He is crazy and is at fault, but you understand it. But Brody, you just again, he's a guy who doesn't want anything he's a reluctant hero. He doesn't want anything to do with this. And we get so much of his relationship with his wife and his kids and what he has at stake, and he's just trying to do the right thing. He's a very good protagonist. He's very good.
I think you might want to zoom in a little bit. I think
You go.
there are a lot of scenes with Brody and the family that like really do a good job of endearing you to him. You can tell that he definitely cares, and like he moved away from the big city to be a small town cop, small town chief of police in a summer resort town. By the way, a lot of the movie was shot in Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah,
Which makes sense. Which is cool. Which is it's just a neat little thing. Town is called Amity, which means friendship, and also makes you think of the Amityville Horror.
Yeah,
which is a clear. Which was a big story, I think, around that time the movie came out too. That book came out about it. By the way, scary. Probably BS, but whatever. I don't believe in ghosts.
No,
I'd love to go to that house. It's just an iconic looking house too.
Yeah,
but that's kind of an aside.
I feel like we'll have to do like horror specific because this is a horror movie.
Like, is it a horror movie? That's something I was thinking about asking.
It is. Like I said, it's if I had to subgenre this movie, it's a monster horror movie. That's just what it is. It's very suspenseful. Right, like it's a thriller.
Yeah.
But again, you have this beast that they're hunting and doing all this other stuff. So it falls into that subcategory. It's realism and the belief that you have in the events that are happening. It drawing on the real lore, all that stuff. It kind of tricks you into thinking it's a period piece. But at its core, it is a monster.
You know, it is very much a reflection of like 1978 summer in America.
It made me want to make a movie in that time period.
Yeah. It seems like
it was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It's a time.
It does feel like a snapshot.
A lot of the outfits, a lot of just the actual
the ways they're talking,
where they're talking.
Well, that's swell. Gee, that's swell.
Oh yeah.
What's the news?
Going through the town. I love that deputy. I love the deputy who's way more out of his depth than anyone else in the movie too.
Oh, even the scene where he's like, "Go, you know these guys' first name. Go talk to
them." Yeah, because Brody's not from the island. We don't want to. I love the guy who's walking by and Hooper grabs him. He says, "Be careful, that's dynamite." He goes, "Where are you going with that?" "I'm going on the boat." No,
Which is funny. Dynamite is very unstable. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is the unstable version of TNT. So the fact that he just has it and is getting bumped into people.
Oh, sorry. Top of the morning.
Like when he's like, "Get those guys off the boat," and Hooper's like, "Who the fuck am I? What? Hey guys, can you get off the boat? Go fuck myself. All right. You know where a hotel is? Go fuck myself again. All right. I hope."
Won't I? Take 2 steps in front of you into the drip. Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. That's so funny. They're all gonna die. They're all gonna die. That's why I love Hooper. I love that he's like clearly in the movie, because we'll talk about Hooper in the book. Oh my God, you want to turn on a character.
Oh well, he has a bit of that in the movie where there's moments where you're just like, "All right, dude, are you actually an asshole?" I was kind of liking you.
Comes across as a little bit of an asshole because he's definitely an intellectual. He's rich.
Yeah,
Which is pointed out to us. Like
they build him up, and then the whole back half of the movie they just tear him down.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why I'm like, you should die. By the laws of monster movies, you should die. And then he just bitches out and runs away. And again,
you would have too. Let's be honest.
I would have too.
I would have,
and I should have gotten eaten. That's the rules that we're playing by. Quentin gets him into that mess. He needs to get eaten.
But he is a professional. Like, he is like somebody who is a professional in his field. There are moments that like the wall of that like academia like breaks down. Like when he gets scared at Ben Gardner's boat the first time he fights the girl's remains. Yeah.
I love the autopsy scene. That was so the acting just very well done.
Yeah, Brody knowing he was right.
Oh, just how that whole scene is paced out. They walk in, he's getting ready for the autopsy, and he goes and just gets a tray, and that sits it down, and Hooper's like, and you see the realization set in. It's just beautiful acting.
Yeah.
Just again, you know, that's Spielberg behind the camera being like, "All right, I need this at this time. I need you over here." And like you said earlier with the talking over them, it's not just the like talking. I'm trying to say lyrics, but the dialogue. It's not just the dialogue that does that. Character actions do that too, and every bit of it's important. Spielberg uses the whole canvas, and again, there's not like a lull in the movie. It kind of reminds me of A New Hope, the pacing of it, where it's just things are happening constantly.
Yeah.
Just the whole time, not a wasted second. Raiders is like that too.
Yeah.
The whole movie just fucking moves. If there's a moment,
It's very well paced.
yeah, if there's a moment for character retrospection or introspection or a levity, it's quickly followed up. Oh, they're having a good time showing each other their scars. Boop. Now we're having a very bad time. We're having a very poignant conversation about Quinn's trauma. And the way he is.
Also, another point to making Hooper look like an asshole. He's laughing at Quint's removed tattoo, and like, to be fair, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
But then the grab on the arm and the very like very sullen. It immediately drops very low. And then we get that really, it's the scariest thing in the movie. Actually, it's the scariest point in the movie is Quint telling us about the USS Indianapolis, which was a naval ship coming back from Japan, helping deliver the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
It gets hit by 2 torpedoes and goes down in minutes, stranding
1,000 men.
like over 1,000 people and only 350 some odd. Sailors made it
less. I think like out of 1,100, I think 250 or something like that.
Got it right.
Oh, look at that!
We got it right.
Ridiculous. Like a fifth of your guys, and again, they didn't die because of the torpedo or drowning because they had life vests. They got eaten by sharks.
I'll never put a life jacket on again.
I'll never put a life jacket on again. And he doesn't. I love when they follow that up, and he hands one to Hooper, he hands one to Brody, and he's like, nope, not wearing one.
1,100
and 6.
Sorry, 1,100 men went into the water. 316 men came out. The sharks took the rest. June 29th, 1945.
700 people eaten by shark.
Well, died from the attack, died of exposure, died of the sharks. It could be, unless we go and look at the actual details, it's still horrific. It's still incredibly horrific.
Yeah.
And it does.
There's painting the picture of his buddy washing up next to him, and it's only half of his body.
It's only
Yeah.
from yay.
Which again, the way that's set up, you already know.
Terrible.
And you already know, and it takes 15, 20 seconds before he says it. Like just how the dialogue is paced, like all that stuff. I can't gush about Spielberg's work enough.
And they're all drunk off their ass.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then immediately they have to fight a shark drunk.
Could you imagine?
No.
Could you imagine?
I was like, why are you guys drinking at all?
Nothing's going to sober you up more than a 25-foot great white that's malicious.
I mean, you're going to try. It's still alcohol. There's only so much sobering you can do.
I don't know, man. You splash. They don't have salt water.
We don't have any water or anything to drink. No liquid IV out there. Like,
I don't eat 78, no, probably not.
oh, man.
Good old fashioned grit. I don't know. It's wonderful. It's a great movie. Let's talk a little bit about the book.
Yeah, you know I don't read these kind of things. You already said that Hooper dies in the book.
Hooper dies in the book. Quint doesn't. The boat doesn't sink.
Damn, I kind of like that more.
Do you? Because Quint stabs the shark with a harpoon and it dies, and that's the end of the book. I don't think it ends very well.
It's not cinematic.
Okay.
I see why those changes are there.
Right. The book is almost, I'd say it's about like 70, I'd say it's probably more closer to like 80-85% accurate to the movie with obvious changes.
I was gonna say, once they get out on the water is probably where they start making changes. All the preamble.
Well, honestly, it's just the ending's different. Hooper dying is different. It's all the stuff in the middle, because there's a lot more character detail in the middle, because
Right. I mean, it's a book.
anytime we get the shark, it is told from the perspective of the great fish. Is what it starts with. The great fish like moves through the water and stuff. It does I think the book does a really good job of telling the same story. Obviously, it came first. It just does some things that are really questionable that it almost has the opposite effect for me, whereas I love Jurassic Park, another Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
I love the book by Michael Crichton a little bit more, and I'm able to, in my mind, take the bits from the book and the bits from the movie and meld them together to make a more perfect Jurassic Park for me.
Yeah.
Not so much with Jaws. Not so much with Jaws.
So that's what I was gonna ask. Are you like the changes?
I really like the changes, and I really like we left out the plot line of Hooper having an affair with Brody's wife.
Yeah, that doesn't feel needed.
That's not needed at all.
I like they kind of allude to it a little bit by how friendly they are in that one
Yeah,
conversation.
they're friendly, but that kind of just feels polite.
I like the movie version better.
I'd seen the movie so many times that when
I can see where they go, this is a plot line. Let's not do that.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that at all.
It makes it. I'm glad Hooper dies.
I still love the book. I'm not putting the book down. There are just things.
Right, there's
like
levels.
Whoa.
Yeah.
A detail that we do not get in the movie at all. The mayor owes money to the mob. The mob helped him get elected. He's so worried about the town. The town is the summer town. It needs the people to come in, but he's so worried about paying back everything. That's another layer to the mayor and like him being so shitty. Because like when Brody corners him in the hospital and goes, "Sign this."
Oh, dude, do a shaking.
And he looks like a guy who owes money to La Cosa Nostra.
That feels like something they just didn't have room for based on the pacing, but they still kept in mind. They're like, this is true. We just can't talk about it.
It's not needed. No. You totally understand.
I mean, he has enough justification.
Exactly. But there's just little bits of the you get a little bit more internal dialogue from Brody, and I think Roy Scheider captures the character really well. But in the same way, I'm gonna relate it in a very weird way. In the same way that Harry Potter is a little bit more of like a snark in the books, I feel that way about Brody. Brody is like constantly either audibly or internal monologue of just thinking that the guy I'm talking to is an asshole.
Yeah.
And I kind of love that for him because, again,
I think you can infer that.
you can infer that with a lot of the acting.
I mean, that's the good thing about books, right? Like you can go into that depth.
It's really cool.
You just don't have the space to do that with film, and Spielberg uses it as much. Again, like the stuff you're saying, I believe it based on what I saw. I think they took that into account. I think it's in the direction. I can think that Brody is thinking everyone's an asshole. I think it's on his face very clearly, but being able to hear it from his point of view constantly, seeing what he thinks about Quint, before the blow up. Does that blow up happen in the book?
Yeah. No, he smashes the radio as well.
So which do you prefer, Quint dying or Hooper dying?
In the book, most assuredly Hooper dying because he's an asshole. He's a bastard. Like, I really, really dislike the affair plot line. I think it's very ill-fitting. Yeah. And the entire time I'm sitting there reading the book, I'm just like, man, can we get back to a part of the movie I remember? Because this is a real fucking bummer. Like, it goes into like exorbitant detail about like all the sneaking around and shit, and it just feels bad.
Yeah,
it just feels really bad, and like I don't like my feelings towards this character being so irrevocably changed, and also towards Mrs. Brody. It's like, is he the nicest? Is Brody nice?
Yeah, that really just changes your perception of Jaws 4.
It's like, damn.
Well, now I hope he gets his
revenge as Brody. He's actually, I came back as a shark.
Just him with
if that's not some sort of cosmic like balancing of the force of something like that, of like, no. When Chief Brody from Jaws dies, he gets reincarnated into a shark.
The shark has glasses.
But he's always smiling.
Yeah, to talk a little bit about the shark. Again, I'm production stuff's all me, so obviously I'm thinking about that. The scenes that aren't a real shark and are the fake shark. Obviously, you're like, for the most part, that's a fake shark. So well done.
Who cares? It's a fake shark. It looks great.
You can anytime its mouth is open,
it's
just going. There's all sorts of details in its mouth. Again, we talked about the tiger shark. That thing looked amazing too. Like they talk about in the show how like, a shark has dead eyes. It's just cold black. And when it busts through the boat at Brody near the end, there's a scene where like it catches his eye and its eye like moves towards him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it kind of contradicts what they said in the best way, where it's like, no, this thing feels alive. It is looking at you. It's looking for you. Yeah. It is hunting you.
Gives so much character.
I just miss animatronics so much.
Yeah.
So it's like, I have all these problems at the end, but you're showing me a shark busting through a boat and there's a guy right there with shrapnel blowing all around him and he's like up to his armpits in water.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, they don't make them like this. And
no, they're on the ocean. They're filming this and they have a shark. I mean, it's 30 feet down to like, solid seafloor, but they've got the shark moving around, and like Spielberg also does a really great thing where like you never see land.
Mm-hmm.
You see like
most
edges of it.
Most of that is they're using a soundstage very well. I can almost guarantee. I haven't looked up anything, but I can.
They're out on the water.
I know they are for some of it, but there's also a lot where they are definitely in a tank. They definitely built a giant fucking tank to film a lot of this stuff. Most things,
maybe I'm not in anything that I've seen, but maybe
I'll have to look it up, because if they film all of it on the water, there's rigs and stuff that I question how they would do on the open water. There's a lot of stuff where they are on the open water. There's a lot of stuff where they are just cameras on a boat and they're filming the other boat and they're just going for it. They have to. But like the scenes at night, I'm like, very clearly that's a sound stage. You can't really do this without one, but it's brilliantly done. It was done so well to the point where like when Hooper goes under the water and it's dark, I think it was for the one fisherman's boat where they have to go investigate it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that and I almost missed the jump scare of the head coming out.
Except for that weird shriek.
Well, yeah, the shriek is what brought me back into the movie because I zoned out thinking about like, man, how did they do this shot? They must have gotten someone really good with tanks, or they probably didn't. Like tanks wasn't really a big thing back then, so they were probably inventing it as they go with this movie. And then the shriek happens, and I'm like, oh, there's a dead guy.
Yeah,
and it brought me back in. But again, back then there was no template to do this kind of shit.
No, they were pioneers.
They're all pioneers, and that's part of my love for old movie magic is it was magic. They were filming on film back then. This was everything they did to make this movie, they were inventing as they went. And now there's a lot of templates of how to do things. And so it's raised the bar of what you can do, but it's also raised the bar of entry into that. Jaws had none of that. They were like, we need to make a shark. How do we do that? Well, we should probably build a robot. And we will have to build probably a different or multiple robots for each shot because each shot's going to be so different that we can't use the same robot. My guess is they had 3 or 4 different rigs.
They did. This book, this came with this.
I'll have to read that. That's my alley.
There's not a lot of info in this. This is the commemorative photo journal. So this has a lot of like behind the scenes shots of like Spielberg and some of the actors and stuff doing some stuff.
Still.
But there are some interesting quotes.
Guy is.
I think that's Steven. That's Steve.
I know. He's a child.
Let's see. There's somewhere in here where they talk about the shark not fucking working. Shocker. Let's see. I remember sitting down writing the scripts. Blah blah blah. You can cut this.
Well, I was just gonna talk while you were doing that.
There, go for it.
But yeah, I love those kind of things, and you can see where the concept of a Jaws 3D does make sense because they're like, well, we pushed technology so far for the first one and the second one that let's keep pushing it. And then of course you jump the shark at that point. And Steven's like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna go make dinosaurs. Yeah. Which you brought up Jurassic Park. Obviously, that's very similar to this film. 20 years later, which is a crazy thing. 20 years in between Jurassic Park
98. Yeah. That's funny. Another creature feature.
It's basically a monster movie as well, just even further, where they set a fantastical scene and then ground you and make it believable as well. I would love to do a Jurassic Park comparison to this movie now that I've seen Jaws, because there is one to be made. It's follows a very similar formula, very similar plot structure. And
do you think they could remake? I mean, like the idea of remaking a Spielberg film is like ridiculous.
Are you talking about the new Jurassic World that they are still trying to do that?
So the idea of remaking a Spielberg movie is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you think you could redo Jaws today and have it be anywhere as near as the cultural icon that it came out? It was the first summer blockbuster.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out. My hard stance is no.
I think the audiences just aren't the same as they were in 78.
No, that's the crux of it, is they've moved on, right? There's a reason Sharknado's a thing. There's a reason the Meg is a thing. There's a reason they're still trying to make Jurassic World be a thing. Is you have to, we've done this. We did this. If to go and redo this, you would have to make it even bigger, which the Jaws movies tried to do, and you saw how they failed. So yeah, will someone do it? I don't know. It's a different question that quite possibly I could see someone remaking Jaws.
Sure.
Will it be as good, which was your question? Will it be as the cultural phenomenon that it was? No. There's too many good things about this and the time it was made and what people had seen at that point. That's why we think the shark in some scenes looks very funny, I guarantee you, people back then didn't think it was funny at all because they hadn't seen anything like that. You see a leg drop out of the water, and it's just a severed leg.
Yeah.
Horrifying. There's shots in this movie of the gore and stuff where I'm like, I know how they made that, and I've seen more disgusting things, but also I kind of feel a little queasy looking at this because it's a real prop that they made.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you some people vomited in the movie theater.
The one that gets me the most, honestly, is the Kipner kid, is Alex Kipner. When he's out on the raft and he's like getting rolled by the shark, and there's just this fountain of foam and blood. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
what is going on there? And the fact that the camera is so far away but focused on the violence there, it makes it way more graphic because you got everything else going on in the shot. The perspective on that is great.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the fountain. The one that got me that actually like turned my stomach just a little bit was when they're doing the autopsy and he lifts up like part that's remaining.
And this is what you get.
Yeah. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
and like if you're an audience that's not used to seeing stuff like that, like that's, I guarantee you people were traumatized by this movie.
And that's a prop. There's real gore in the movie in a way, because when Brody, I guess it's not real gore.
or like a chum.
Well, there's that, but when Brody is going through and he's looking at the book, he's looking at shark attacks. Remember the leg that is just missing, just like my arm-sized hole of the leg being splintered out like that? It's like, whoa, wait a minute, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real photography.
On it just enough to where you go, whoa, and then they move on.
There's a degree of separation because it's an academic thing. It's in the book.
Yeah.
There's a separation between Brody and the reality of it, right? And the audience and the reality of it. But the reality of it is just as visceral as it looks.
Yeah. The moment of, what am I looking at? Oh,
What
that's
am I looking at?
and they're making you look at it. And it's like, do you turn away or do you watch the movie?
Yeah.
And you're like, I guess I have to look at this now.
And you're seeing all the different like shots of like the sharks and everything in there.
Yeah.
I love that scene too, because Mrs. Brody comes up and scares the shit out of him because he's so in it. So I'm trying to figure out what this enemy is.
That was a fun little character moment.
That was a great scene.
He's like, get out of the fucking boat. And she's like, leave him alone. And then she opens the page, like, Michael, get out of the fucking boat. She's like, so they can punch through boats. Get out.
He looks up at her as like, you're crazy. Okay. No, it's fantastic. I found two quotes from this thing. First is from Richard Dreyfuss, who was Hooper. He goes, wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio mics, and they were always saying, the shark is not working. The shark is not working. No matter where you were for months. The other one is, and it talks about the photography and the video stuff that goes on underwater. Photographers Ron Taylor and Valerie Taylor shot live footage at Seal Rocks, Australia for close-ups. A real white pointer was cut up and extended. The mechanical shark was often malfunctioning and unavailable for certain shots, prompting Spielberg to use the camera as the shark in the film from its point of view. Many think this actually enhanced the chilling effect of the movie.
I
agree.
I agree. And
The movie would be worse if we saw the shark.
yeah, and
all
it's a
the time.
technique that's copied. Yeah, in subsequent monster movies where they're like, no, this is the technique. It is the camera because it worked well in
This
Jaws.
is just the way we do things.
Yeah, this is a tentpole movie that made techniques. They were just coming up with shit. The shark didn't work, so I don't know. We'll fucking make the camera. And people are like, no, the monster is the camera. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
From this point on, we're in our little time area.
I'll be honest, there's not much more to say. Obviously, we love the movie.
I do. We have to rate it.
Yeah.
Because it's going on our board.
I'd like for you to go first because this is your first time seeing it. It's very fresh for you. Overall,
So
what do you think?
I have
1 to 10
taken it.
scale. Like,
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, that's we'll use
until we expand.
until we change it.
We'll have to do a top 100 movies or something.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. So I have to take the end into consideration. Again, it plays so overall, it's I feel like I have to do a little bit of preamble because I'm not gonna like my score.
No, go for it.
So monster movies aren't really my thing. Horror movies aren't really my thing.
Okay.
Again, this does it very well. 98% of the movie I really enjoyed. I thought there was some pacing things at the end. So overall, it's hanging. I have to somewhere in between a 7 and 8. So I'll go 7.5. That is.
I think that's fair.
That's my overall enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to based on those criteria. It's old. It's a monster movie. It's not my cup of tea, but I really enjoyed it.
That's very honest, and it's still a really good score. It's still high up there for you.
Again, it's a 10 pull. If this was a different movie, I probably would have ranked it a lot less, but this is obviously a movie that changed the genre, maybe invented the genre. It's a slasher movie starring a shark.
That's a great way to put it.
Fuck, it's really good.
That's a great way to put it. I think I'm in between an 8 and a 9 on it. I'm not gonna do. I guess I'll do that. I'll say like an 8.5. I love it. I can't give it anything higher than a 9 or a 10 because there are aspects of it that have aged. A lot of other movies have come out that are very similar to this. It's still one of my favorites, even though, like, if I was on Amity Island and I had to watch a movie, if I only had a few movies to watch, I would never go in the water. Never. It's a great story because if you ask anybody from back in the day, if they had gone in, some of the older folks, if they had gone and seen Jaws back in the day in theaters, ask them if I would love to see if they almost every story you're going to hear is going like, didn't really want to go to the beach.
Yeah.
You could imagine.
If I watched it back then, I would have been traumatized. That is a traumatizing.
You have a thing about water, right?
Well, I'm kind of like Brody of like, I don't really feel like drowning today. It's not about water. It's like, I'll go in a pool. Sure. I can see the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. Ocean.
Deep, dark.
There's a thing called the drop off. No, that's not cool. That's not cool.
That's not cool. That's not cool of you, OSHA. You shouldn't have did that.
I don't know why the bottom is optional. That's not cool.
Oh man. You know what we'll have to do after this? We'll have to track down a game I played in relation to this. It's called Jaws Unleashed. And it's kind of like an unofficial sequel where you get to play as the shark.
Oh, that's super fun.
It's a really fun game. It's a really bloody game. It's not a very good game.
It's Doom, but you're the shark.
No, it's actually really cool. We'll have to check it out.
You'll have to show me. But as far for this one, I think that wraps it. We'll be here next Tuesday. Check us out. If you're still here, like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Also, jump in the comments down below. What should be the question? Name as many sharks as you can. Types of sharks.
What's your favorite shark? Because I actually love sharks. And there's another.
What's your favorite shark?
My favorite shark?
Favorite shark.
The thresher is just so cool.
That is cool.
But probably the whale shark.
I was gonna say whaling shark because it's subverting expectations.
It really does. It's historically friendly to divers.
Yeah. Very cool. Very big.
Very big.
I like.
Not as big as you think though.
I like the trope of big things that only eat super little things. Yeah, it's very fun.
It's fun.
So whale shark for us. Put in the comments. And then we'll see you next Tuesday.
Farewell and adieu to you, fair Spanish ladies.